He's one of my good boys, but he just went up to Worcester.
Why does no one know how to say Worcester?
Worcester.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm from California. I need to do my best.
Well, I mean, it looks so stupid.
It's a stupid word.
Yeah, it's Worcester. All right, we're here with Nick Yorke. It's our first time, my first time at Hadlock. I want to know, what's your favorite thing about playing down here? Because I know it probably sucks playing baseball here in April.
Yeah, it's not the best with the weather.
No.
But, you know, coming around this time of year, like, it's a nice day today. It's super nice, but just the fans are amazing. The fans are amazing here. The food's amazing here. Just the culture it's a lot of fun to play here.
Yeah, I feel like he lives around the corner, so he's like a main guy. So for someone like me, like I'm a Boston guy, I'm sure there's a lot of Red Sox fans that live in the Boston area that because there's so much talent on this Sea Dogs roster, they're going to come up here. What can you expect to see when you get up here with like this roster in particular?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of guys that play with their hair on fire. You know, we all hit very well, put together good at-bats, play really good defense, so just fundamental baseball, and obviously, like, you know, you see the talent and whatnot, but it's just super fun to be able to play with those guys next to you too.
What's the biggest difference between A ball and Double A? For you personally,
like the way that I looked at it was, you know, in low A you get a lot of guys that, you know, are pretty sporadic, have a lot of good stuff, but then like in those counts where you're at advantage count, you're gonna get that pitch. And if it's not there, it's a ball because it's so like everywhere. But here it's like there's no fastball counts anymore. You know, 2-0, 3-1 cutters, sliders, whatever. And you know, pitchers can throw any pitch at any time, so you just got to be on your game, be ready for anything.
Love that. Who are you closest with here on the team?
I'm close with a lot of guys. I wouldn't say anyone.
Like single any. Like,
I'm close with everyone.
Yeah.
Who do
you hate on this team?
Who on this team sucks?
Yeah. Who'd you least want to room with?
No, I played with Sykes, Sykes, Benellis, and Tyler McDonough the most. So I would say I'm closest with them. But you know, we get young guys like Roman and Cello up here that are just a ball to be around, super fun. So you know, I'm pretty close with everyone. I mean, I was rooming with Ryan Zefferjohn this year, and he's one of my good boys, but he just went up to Worcester. But yeah, I'm pretty tight with everyone.
Why does no one know how to say Worcester?
Worcester.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm from California. I need to do my best.
But like even like I remember like
it looks so stupid.
Christian Arroyo
It's a stupid
struggled
word.
very
Absolutely
much with
stupid
it.
word.
Yeah, it's Worcester.
Yeah.
Worcester.
Yeah, we need to get the
they're
accent.
the Woo Sox too, so that
That
can't
throws
help.
out-
I'll just
Yeah.
say the Woo Sox.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Blue
Yeah,
Sox
yeah.
really throws it off.
Yeah.
That is true.
Alex Benellis, fastest Section 10 guest in history. I believe we were doing an episode, and the trade went down while we were recording the episode. We followed each other on Instagram during the episode, and he appeared on Section 10 like maybe 20 minutes after the
That's
trade.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's
Yeah.
a fun dude, but that's wild.
Yeah.
How much are you guys thought? So obviously, there's a lot of hype with Red Sox fans with the farm system because of what's going on in the bigs. They're holding their own to a certain degree. Do you guys talk about like rankings and like shifts of this, that, and the third, or do you not get caught up in that?
Personally, I don't. You know, I feel like I've been underrated my whole life. You know, coming into the draft, I was not ranked to go 17th overall. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a number. And, you know, there's a pitcher on the mound throwing a ball, and I'm in there with the bat, and I'm going to do whatever I can to barrel his stuff up. So, like, to me, rankings don't mean anything. You could be a number 1 prospect. You could be another number 1,000 prospect. It don't matter. You're going to throw me a pitch, and I'm going to try to hit it. So.
Well, how hard was that? Because 2020 was your senior year, right?
Yeah, I only played 5 games.
That's crazy.
It was wild. I don't really know how to explain it, but
So, like, you basically went junior year to professional baseball.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, 5 games my senior year, and then after that, I was in California too, which was in the thick of it. So I was driving 3 hours to go practice on a random dirt lot somewhere, and I was actually driving back from one of those practices when I got drafted. So I was in my mom's minivan, but
So you just no draft party, none of that.
Nothing.
You were like, yeah, they'll call my name at some point.
I was in passenger seat in my mom's minivan. Yeah,
So who told you? That's how you.
we had the live stream up, and then my agent called me, and then
That is
and then
awesome.
Taboni called me, and
Yeah.
it was crazy. Crazy.
You were injured last year, yes? You were a little up and down?
No, I played most of the year last year.
No, I know, but-
Years prior,
Okay.
I had the injury bug a little bit, my first and second year. And then last year was kind of my bounce back year where I played 100 and some games and hoping to do the same this
Because
year.
when he asked about the rankings, you kind of snickered a little bit. And when you got banged up, that's when the rankings, you went down a little bit. So how hard or easy is it being up in Maine here to really just be like, I'm just trying to focus on me and what I can control?
Yeah, it's super cool. And like you said with the fans, like it makes it super easy to come out here and try to give your best every day. Like even going on the road, we have a lot of Red Sox fans because being in the Northeast and whatnot. So it's just fun and like it's just super easy to get going with these fans here too. So
Out of all the 5 tools, if you could take one of your teammates' 5 tools and absorb it, which tool is it and who is it you taking?
I'm gonna say Roman Anthony's power because like he'll hit a backside line drive and you'll go look at the iPad and it's 112 miles an hour. And you're like, dude, you're a freak. Like it looks like he's literally like flicking a ball the other way and it's 110. I'm like, dude, you're a freak. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a couple guys that, flick the ball at 105, 106, whatever. It's like, but his is just a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Roman. Roman can swing it.
There's obviously like a lot of talent on this team. When you're playing every day for the Sea Dogs and you're playing these other teams, do you often find yourself walking away being more impressed by your teammates than the competition?
Oh,
sometimes?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And especially just in spring training, not including guys here. Like my buddy Chase, like I've never seen someone get on base more than him. Like just certain skills that guys have and, in our organization and the way that it's ran now through a lot of driveline stuff is like you see a lot of guys tapping into, more bat speed and more power that they just hit balls and you're like, oh my gosh, how do you, like that shouldn't happen. But yeah, it's cool to see, especially here, being a part of this organization.
I'm curious, you're obviously one of the younger guys and were when you drafted, but the minor league process can be a process. It can take so long. When am I going to get there? When am I going to get there? You look at other leagues, immediately you're drafted, you're just in the NBA. Mentally, how does that work for you? How do you stay, sane, knowing that the path takes a little more time?
Yeah, it's just staying in the present. I mean, it's really easy to get caught up in playing GM and, I should be here, I should be there. But at the end of the day, you still got to come up and you got to perform no matter where you are. So, as much as you want to be somewhere else or think you should be somewhere else, like you still got to show up wherever you are and perform that day. So you just got to keep that in mind as you go through it.
Obviously, all the attention's been on yourself, Marcelo, Roman Anthony. Who do you think's your most underrated teammate that isn't getting all that publicity? You can say yourself too. You don't got to be shy here.
Absolutely not. No, my boy Philip Sykes. He puts in work. He's one of our smaller guys that just like he rakes. Like he hits the ball 440 feet. He flies. He runs so fast. Like he's got all the tools. Just super raw athlete. I think he's. And not to, downplay anyone else, like Tyler McDonough's a really good athlete. He could ball. He's a good ball player. Alex Manellis, like I said, we got Penrod this year. He just came out of nowhere and is just absolutely shoving it. So, you could go down the list. There's a lot of guys that impressed. I'll shout out my boy Sykes.
Well, that's an interesting question because you talk about him coming out of nowhere. Have you guys been able to see a difference? Obviously, at the big league level, all the talk's been about the pitching. Have you guys seen a difference? Obviously, you're not working shoulder to shoulder with these guys, but with how the pitchers are preparing this year as opposed to previous years before the new GM and everybody took over at the big league level.
Right, yeah. I can't really say much for the pitching side of stuff because I'm more of a hitter, but, facing in the box, like you get a lot more guys throwing 96, 97, 98. So, it's just about coming in and being on your A game every day because, like, at the end of the day, everyone could hit it. But it's if you come in with the right mindset, ready to go, then that's going to be your day because everyone has their days. Everyone doesn't have their days. So you just got to be prepared to have your day.
Was there a healthy competition going on amongst teammates in regards to like who's going to get called up first? Because I feel like there's a lot of guys that are on this team right now. Like that call is coming, but have you guys talked about like I'm going to be the first or what happens if someone gets called up first?
No, I wouldn't say it's more in terms of getting called up, but there is a lot of competition in, our daily work. Who's hitting the ball hardest in the cage, who had the most barrels during the game last night, who had the best swing decision, blah, 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 all that stuff. But no, we don't really talk about getting called up just because we all know it's kind of out of our hands.
Yeah.
So we just try to show up and have fun and play ball together.
Are you doing anything to deflate one another's ego? Are you guys just all like, no, this is the best?
We leave that to Roman and Sella. They like to bicker at each other. So
That's all you really need. I really want the Sea Dogs to bring back the teal as the main color. How does it feel wearing those versus the other one? The teal's pretty sick, right?
Yeah, we get to wear them like once every month, once every 2 months or whatever. But like those are our favorite days. You know, we're in the locker room like, damn, we look good. We look good. You know, look good, feel good, play good. So
need it.
I wish. It's super cool to wear those.
Do you have a favorite minor league promo that you've seen so far since you've been playing?
Salem Beer Monger Night is pretty cool. I like that one, and we get to wear our baby blue jerseys, which are sick. Okay. And then it's like dollar beers or whatever. So fans are getting rowdy. A lot of frat boys. Fun time.
Have to ask, favorite thing to do in Portland, and is there a spot that you would recommend for us to go check out? Maybe get some dinner after.
Food wise, High Roller. High Roller is really good lobster. Luke Lobster is really good as well.
They have sushi.
This guy's recently into sushi.
I'm a new sushi
There's
guy.
a place called Kobe down the road. It's pretty good too. I'm not much of a sushi guy.
You'll get there.
Love that.
Maybe one
No,
day.
no, you won't.
Time.
You won't.
No, you will.
And then in terms of fun things, you know, I go bowling every once in a while. Bayside Bowl is a good spot.
Is it big ball or little ball?
Big ball.
Do you know what candlepin is?
No.
Yeah. I
No
didn't
idea.
think so.
It's
pretty extinct.
It's a Boston thing. So
okay.
yeah, that'll be your goal. Like
Okay,
when you get
maybe
to
one
Boston,
day.
yeah,
I'll
I'll
work
show
on it.
you a little candlepin bowling. I mean, it's basically like the balls are like bocce balls.
Oh.
Almost. Yeah.
The
Interesting.
pins are different too.
The pins are different.
No, I'm more of a normal bowl guy with the lanes.
The whole rest of the world is. Yeah.
It's infuriating.
More of what everyone else does.
Yeah, like if you get like an 82, like that's a good score.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a pain in the balls.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a golfer too, so there's a cool little driving range down the road. You hit it onto the water and stuff like that. But I mean, to be honest, there's not a whole lot of free time going on with what we have. So try to keep it simple.
All right, Nick Yorke, thank you so much for taking the time. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
No worries. Thanks for having me.